going 0 for 10 and having 0 points in a play-in game, where the whole media and the discussion has been what's going to happen to the Golden State after this playoff run. How well are they're gonna do this year? Are they still a cognitive team? What do you say about that? Like, do you think they are? Do you think they should run it back next year or what?
I mean, man. Okay, so there's different point of views that you can look at this from. From an organizational perspective, you can want to bring them back just because for all what they've done for your franchise, just a good feel
Yeah,
story, blah blah blah.
yeah,
Off into
yeah.
the sun, whatever. Now an objective, real point, they should break it up. They should break it up, bro, because like it was a pretty convincing win. It's not like the Sacramento Kings just won by like 2 points or a buzzer
Yeah,
beater or something like that. Like it was a pretty
yeah.
convincing win. You know what I'm trying to say? So, and the West is only going to get better. I anticipate the San Antonio Spurs going up there and getting some presence for that San Antonio team. So I see them being better. Maybe even playing for a playing spot. The Grizzlies. John Morant's coming back. You know what I'm trying to say? And you guys are 10th. The Houston Rockets are coming. Bro, what is that? What is that, like 13, 14 teams? Like,
Yeah.
like
There's the only team that they'll be better than is the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers, and it's like even the Trailblazers, they have some young guys that I'm not saying they're going to do anything, but they're not
Yeah,
horrible. You know what I'm
yeah.
trying to say? So I think if you want to win another championship, keep Steph Curry happy and continue riding on what you have going on right now, then I suggest you do the best thing you need to do for that franchise to continue to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Draymond back, if they bring Clay back, if they bring that nucleus back, just because. And then, but even so, like, who are they going to get anyways? Who are they going to get? Clay Thompson's contract's up, so you can't even trade him. But even so, his value's down. Draymond Green, I'm sure his value's down now because teams don't know what he's going to do. Chris Paul, like, come on, I don't have to say anything there. Like, he's older. Like, he's not
That's
LeBron. He's
been
not
the
aging.
topic. Yeah.
Yo, he's
He's
not
a
aging like
pricey.
LeBron.
He's
Yeah,
a pricey, old-fashioned car.
right. And he's older too, right? So it's like, what is there to be done here? And I just don't see the Golden State Warriors getting a player or players to kind of make that situation better. I think, from my perspective, anyways, I think the best thing for Steph Curry, because he's clearly the only player on that team that's still in their prime. He needs to be in control of his destiny and figure out what he's going to do in order to continue to win, because it seems like he still wants to win, but I also see him being held back for the love of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, if that makes sense. You
Yeah,
know what I'm trying to say?
sure. He
So
definitely has this year. We've seen it, and you've seen the emotion come out of him. But how does that look for Steph then? Because essentially, Golden State doesn't really have the pieces to build a championship team in the near future. And Steph is on the last stint of his career, whether that's 3 years, 5 years, whatever it may be. Golden State doesn't have a clear path for the next few years. They were 10th this year, and even if they get a high draft pick, the draft class is quite weak this year,
yeah,
right? So, what can Golden State do to even keep Steph happy?
well, that's a good
Unless they got a
question.
lot for Clay, which is not likely right now. Draymond has a choice to lock in, which he probably will, because he won't make as much anywhere else, and he's just gonna want to stick with Curry, right?
Right,
It
right, right.
makes sense for him to stick with Curry. Clay, you know, even if you keep him, you can't expect much out of him at this point. Like, I think if whoever gets him, like, you're just lucky if you get a night where he drops 18 to 21 points on like 4 or 5 threes. You know
Right.
what I mean? I don't know how you lose the art of shooting. It's just maybe a confidence thing.
True, true, true.
You're just kind of slowing down your step, and it's just really messing up your mechanics. But yeah, I don't know what Golden State can do in the near future to, look at all these teams that they have to get by.
That's what I'm
Some
saying.
tough teams, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But quick question to you though, like, do you think? And this might make Golden State, the organization, stay together. Do you think that 21 games that Draymond Green missed this year affected the Golden State Warriors record? Because obviously they were in 10, so that's what 21 games that Draymond. I think it was 2021 that Draymond Green did not participate in. Do you think there could be a swing in in the win loss column, which maybe the Golden State Warriors could have been maybe 6th, 7th. You know, maybe play 2 playing games instead of 1 or whatever. Like, do you think that is enough for the Golden State Warriors to be like, yo, let's run it back or not?
That's not enough. 21 games is a lot. First of all, let me start there. 21 games is a lot. I definitely do think it would affect their record because there's a good amount of, a handful of close games. And I think Draymond is that player that gives you those extra 2 to 3 points in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter or the fourth quarter in general to get you over that. Or he has some defensive play or some defensive stop or something. So, maybe a couple more wins in the win category. So maybe they but I don't know if that would have been enough to, get out of the play-in to the point where they're 6th. I still
True.
think either like New Orleans or Phoenix, of course it was Phoenix. I still think that those were better teams, so they still would have ended up 7th, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
So I don't definitely not enough. It's they really just don't have enough. So I don't know. At this point, the only asset that they have per se is maybe Curry and a young Kuminga. Like, you know what I
True.
mean? So
True.
I don't know if you package Kuminga and Clay for something, but it's already given up too much to get
Yeah.
return. You know what I mean? And especially in the West, you need a well-rounded, deep team. They have good players, Golden State, but not amongst the best cast players.
Yeah.
So they have a lot to figure out. They Steve Kerr said that everything doesn't last forever, and I think he's kind of realizing the sun is setting, but I just don't know where that leaves Steph and what's going on in his mind because obviously he seemed like a person that wanted to do like the Kobe 20 years one team kind of thing. Do you do that and just sacrifice the rest of your best years just for media or just like your name and just loyalty, or do you keep chasing rings? I don't know. That's a really tough question. It's hard to leave something that you don't like. Can you imagine him in a Spurs jersey, for example? Like that look crazy. You know what I mean? Or like a
Yeah, but
New Orleans jersey.
but I mean, if he wants to win, right? If he wants to win, I'm saying
Yeah,
do that. Like I'm
yeah,
saying go and figure a way to
yeah,
get on a team like that because I feel like a man like LeBron, if LeBron was Steph Curry on the Golden State Warriors, he's out this season. I promise you. There's no
yeah,
way LeBron's not running this back, bro. And
yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
but so I think that's what matters now. It matters what goes in Steph Curry's mind because who knows? He might be happy with the 4 rings that he won. He might be happy with the contract he has, the endorsement, the love he gets in Golden State, and this is not because no matter where he goes, if he were to leave this team, the love is not going to be the same. Teams
Yeah,
will still love him, but he didn't win them championships and stuff like
for
that and
sure,
create a dynasty there, you know?
for sure.
So like it all depends on what he wants to do. And because Steph has not really been in the media in the sense of like he cares about winning championships in the sense of like his legacy versus other people like Jordan and stuff like that. I just don't know what he wants to do, bro. Like I said, if it was LeBron, easy. I'm gonna be like, oh, LeBron's out, bro. He's out or everybody else is out.
Yeah,
Because Steph Curry, it's Steph Curry and he loves Draymond, he loves Klay Thompson. But you know what? You know what? Okay, let me put this as my prediction. If because Klay Thompson is a free agent, so he controls his destiny this season, right? Or the end of the season. If Klay Thompson signs somewhere else, that would probably give the signal to Golden State Warriors to trade Draymond, and then probably Steph Curry probably would demand a trade. Like I just don't know if Steph Curry's gonna want to stay in a situation like that in a real rebuilding situation.
yeah,
It doesn't make any sense up from my perspective. You know what I'm trying to say? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see because even in the Western Conference, depending on who gets knocked out early or who wins the championship or who underperforms, that could cause some trades to happen, some teams not wanting to hold on to certain guys and this and that. So I think what happens in this playoffs could determine maybe what the Golden State Warriors could do as well because then players
yeah.
could be available and stuff. So.
True.
But bro, it's sad. Like I don't feel sorry for the Warriors. First of all, I don't feel sorry for them, but it's just, I guess it could be sad for Golden State Warrior fans and the franchise that like this team that was having so much fun, like these guys are running amok on the whole league, and now they look at the old guys. It's crazy,
Yeah,
bro. It's
yeah.
crazy. So
It's crazy. I don't know. My prediction for Clay is that they probably do like a sign and trade. And they, one player that I'd like to see. I've just been thinking about this guy because he's quite undervalued right now. He's been increasing his stock as he's been back in the league, and I don't know if you can guess who I'm talking about, but I don't know. I would like for them to random out of my out of my butt cheeks, like literally. I'm just saying, you sign in Drake Clay, and you get Miles Bridges. I don't know why. I just kind of want to see that. I kind of
But
want to see Miles Bridges is undervalued in New Orleans. They don't even like the guy. They don't even like the man. He's been balling since he's been back. I know he's had his issues, but he's a good young player, a lot of talent. If you put him with someone like Steph, you never know. Maybe he becomes like all-star caliber type player. Like that's what I'm trying to say. They have to find someone that is, not a bona fide all-star yet, but has something to prove, something to gain, has to play well, has to play hard. Something like that. I think that's what I see. And then, they could pay Clay. They could pay Clay. I mean, like, obviously it would be Golden State doing it if they sign and trade him. But,
right.
I think that would give Clay needs an environment like that. Like, some like, young but good people. And like he'll have his respect in that locker room for sure. And he won't be like penalized if he doesn't, score 25 points a night. If he scores 12, they're like, oh, we got Clay. Whatever. He's bringing a little bit more to the locker room than like we weren't expecting like 20 points a night Clay. You know what I mean? So they need to find a situation where a team needs to make a pivot because they're in a tough situation themselves as well. Don't go to knocking on these other team doors that have everyone they need. You're not going to approach OKC. You're not going to approach, Minnesota. You're not going to approach all these teams.
You should.
Who's going to give them anything? Why would they want to?
No, Klay Thompson. No, I'm saying Klay. Klay going to OKC or Timberwolves.
Okay.
No, I'm saying he should want to go to one of those teams. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Sorry.
Sure. No. Okay. You're saying like that sense. I just think that I don't know. For some reason, I see in Klay's future a sign and trade. I don't know why.
But that only works. Okay. I understand what you're saying, right? But it's like, okay, the sign and trade is going to be a team now giving up a good asset, right? Because obviously Golden State's going to want an asset that's going to help them at least be better now, right? So now you're asking for a team to give away a good asset based on a certain amount of dollars on their contract to take on Klay, who just shit the bed in a play-in tournament. You know what I'm trying to say? The man scored 0 points. Like Klay Thompson, like
man got an eggshell, bro. Damn.
No, but he got an eggshell, right? So what I'm like, Klay Thompson, I can see him getting a contract from a team that's not doing much right now, which is what I said to you earlier in the year. I said like maybe Utah or Orlando or something like that. But if Klay wants to maximize his winning, I think the best thing for him to do is take the Ray Allen route. Go and be a marksman on a team that just needs that extra little shooting. So whether that's OKC, the Timberwolves, anybody who just needs a little bit of maybe somebody who can hit two or three threes shots a game. Like that the Miami Heat team when in 2013 when Ray Allen hit that shot, Ray Allen was nowhere the best player on the court. But that was probably one of the biggest shots in NBA championship history or NBA finals history. You know what I'm trying to say? And then Klay could do that because, bro, if you're 0 points in an important game, bro, I think the writing's on the wall. I think Klay is showing us who he is. And sure, he can still give 20, 25 points in a night here and there, but it's not going to be consistent enough, right? So, bro, join the Celtics on a minimum. Join the 76ers on a minimum or a lower contract. But, the Clippers, but like
Klay Thompson. Is he taking minimum money? I don't know.
Well, first of all, the owner of the
Golden State. Stay in Golden State then.
But the Golden State Warriors, they want to go underneath the tax now because they're not winning. The taxes, the luxury tax is only beneficial if you're a championship contender team or you're a championship team, right? Yes. So if they're not winning any more championships, what incentive do I have to pay this luxury tax to keep someone again who did not show up in a play-in tournament game, not the playoffs, not the NBA championship, the play-in tournament team against a Sacramento team that was compromised, that didn't have a lot of their shooters and scorers on their team. So
you're just gonna throw out Game 6 Klay like that, huh?
I'm not. I mean,
you're not gonna pay the man, huh? No, I'm joking. Obviously, it makes no sense.
I mean, you want to pay him, but you're gonna cripple your franchise for the next couple of years. Sure. So if you want to pay for what he's done 4 years ago, it ain't my money, yo. Go dash it away. But I'm personally not doing that.
So Golden State looks like they're gonna have an interesting summer.
I
We're
like it.
definitely going to see some pieces moved, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that. So from the